So right now we are currently seeing home affordability hitting record lows. In fact, I want you guys to take a look at this chart right over here from the National Association of Realtors depicting the monthly mortgage payments that a new homeowner would have to pay if they were to finance a home. It has significantly risen over the last year, and hence this is one of the many reasons why US housing affordability is at a record low. Because here's the thing, guys, when you have home prices that have skyrocketed as well as interest rates remaining at these elevated levels, while at the same time income is not really holding up well, that makes it much more difficult to actually be able to afford a home. In fact, if we take a look at the United States existing home sales, we see that it is extremely low, which means that there's not a lot of activity in the real estate market. And again, this is because you have a bunch of individuals who are priced out of the housing market. Right now, people are not buying homes, but at the same time, you also have people not selling homes as well, because you have a bunch of individuals who purchased a home before when interest rates were historically low at a much lower rate, and those individuals have less of an incentive to sell their home to go ahead and buy a home now, which could arguably be overpriced as well as at these high levels. And so those individuals are sitting out in the market as well. And at the same time, while everything is taking place, we additionally have low inventory. But I want us to pretty much understand something, right? See, there's a lot of shady realtors out there who will tell you that inventory is extremely low, and this means that home prices are only going to go up and up and up forever. However, one of the things we have to understand is, yes, even if home inventory is low, right? Think about supply and demand. If there's not enough demand, well, relatively speaking, even if inventory is low but demand is actually lower, it doesn't really matter. Now, at the end of the day, yes, I believe that if you buy a home, looking at things from a long time frame, of course, homes are going to appreciate. It's like investing in the stock market. If you invest in the overall S&P 500, historically, yeah, you have your ups, your downs, and in the long run, things go upwards. But the problem is, it doesn't mean that if you buy these overpriced homes right now that they're going to continue going up. In fact, you could buy a home now and actually go underwater with the equity. And so that's why you have to be very selective with the individuals that you choose to work with in regards to buying or selling a home. However, just because affordability is hitting record lows, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have any options. So if you're actually looking to purchase a home, but right now you're just not ready, the first option you could do is sit on the sidelines with a purpose. And so what do I mean by this? Essentially what I'm saying is that maybe right now is not the time for you personally to buy a home, but you could go ahead and wait on the sidelines and make sure that you're still building your credit up, making sure that you're paying down your debt. This way you fix your DTI or debt to income ratio, or make sure that you are saving enough for that down payment, and making sure again that you have that secure job, because too many individuals see that right now they're getting priced out of the housing market and then they go on the sidelines, but they sit without a purpose. They start racking up debt in McDonald's and loading up their credit cards with garbage like Big Macs and a whole bunch of junk food eating out. At the end of the day, look, if you're priced out of the market right now, all hope is not gone, because if you sit on the sidelines with a purpose, the moment an opportunity presents itself, you'll be able to take advantage of that opportunity. You don't want to be someone who's sitting on the sidelines but isn't getting prepared. But what about those individuals who can't sit on the sidelines and for whatever reason they absolutely had to get into a new home? Look, everyone has their own unique situation and their story, and of course you have to do whatever you see value in for yourself and your family, and so I get it. However, if you are in the market to look for a home because you have to, one of the best things that you can do to really insulate yourself from going underwater on buying a home is looking for a wedge deal. And see, this is something that a lot of individuals don't like to do. A lot of individuals always look for that perfect home and where everything is perfect and everything makes sense. However, at the end of the day, one thing that you're going to realize is that there's actually no such thing as a perfect home, right? There's always going to be some type of flaw, and also maybe the home is perfect now, but in the future, maybe your family grows, maybe it decreases, and it's no longer the perfect home. And so what I'm saying is that you should probably, be on the lookout for a wedge deal. And so this means looking out for the home that doesn't have that modern kitchen renovation, or maybe everything isn't up to date, or maybe there is a little bit of distress in the property. And so this way you could go ahead and purchase that property where it's priced slightly maybe below what the median rate is for the that area, and this way you insulate yourself, where even if prices for that area actually start to go downwards, well, at least you bought it at a lower rate. And once you do the renovations yourself, you don't have to do it immediately, but once you do, you actually start to have this gap where you actually build some equity and you actually insulate yourself from prices going downward. Now, in my opinion, we're actually moving closer to a time period where it's going to look much more attractive to purchase a home, especially as we're entering into the fourth quarter of 2023, where, seasonally, that's just a slow month, or, just a slow season for real estate. So you could definitely negotiate better deals. But as we move into the first and second quarter of 2024, as we start moving closer to this idea of a recession with everything taking place, those are when the deals are actually going to start popping up much more frequently. Now, we have to understand that every single market is completely different, right? And this is something you have to understand. Real estate is local. For example, in my market, prices have actually been going upwards, right? I'm located in Florida, and one of the things about Florida that makes it special is it's a state that attracts a lot of individuals from different states like New York and California, as we don't have state income tax, but it's also the state with the #1 demand from international buyers. And so there's a lot of Western Europeans that for some odd reason, they're really attracted to Florida, which, they'll find out that Florida has its own problems. But what I'm trying to say is that every market is completely different. And so maybe if you're located in the West in your local market, maybe prices are already capitulating. And so this way, there's actually opportunities right now already presented. However, in different markets, like for example, in my market in Florida, you may have to be a little bit patient or have to look for those wedge deals. But at the end of the day, you don't want to get pressured. There's a lot of agents out there who are going to pressure you and tell you that you absolutely have to be ready to buy now, and this is a perfect home. But at the end of the day, you want to do your own due diligence. Now, on this channel, I frequently cover the state of the macroeconomic environment, as well as talking about what's going on with the stock market. And so I often don't have a chance to mention this, but for those that may not be aware, I am also a licensed realtor. And so I could definitely help you out when it comes to selling or buying your home. And again, it doesn't matter what state you reside in, because I could definitely connect you with one of the best agents in your local market. And also, I don't get to mention this as well, but if you're looking to purchase a commercial property or an investment property, I could definitely help with the financing by connecting you with one of the agents or one of the lenders that I work with, who is a CCIM, which is pretty much the cream of the crop when it comes to lending. That's a very difficult designation to get. And so I say this because I only work with individuals who are the best at what they do. And so again, if you're looking to buy an investment property or a commercial property, make sure to check out the links in the description below this video, because there is a form where I could help you get financing for those properties. And with that said, guys, just wanted to end this video right over here. But before you go, make sure to check out this next video right over here. And I'll see you guys on